And now we have to calculate all of the indices for the sample B. So we have to determine the mode value for sample B, median value, variation range, dispersion, mean square deviation, and average linear deviation, as well as the relative variation coefficients. So first of all, we have to calculate the mode value. This formula is not complicated, don't be afraid. So let's analyze this formula. X mode, XMO. XMO is the beginning of the model interval. What does it mean? It means that MO is the beginning of the interval with the highest frequency, because model interval is the interval with the highest absolute frequency. Let's analyze. Maximal absolute frequency is 62, so this interval is the model interval. Okay, we know the now we know the XMO is the beginning of the model interval. This is 69. Then we have to know the H value. The H value is not a problem because it's the length of the model interval. The length of the model interval is the difference between 69 and 72. It's not a problem. Then we have to know how to determine the expression in numerator. This is difference between frequency of model interval and frequency of premodel interval. It means that you are to calculate the difference between frequency 62 and 37. The same value is in numerator in the first part, in the denominator in the first part of the denominator, and this expression is the difference between the frequency of model interval and frequency of post-model interval. This is 54. So let's try to calculate. So we have already obtained the mode value. And now we have to calculate the median value. In this formula we have XME. XME is the median interval. In our case, it coincides with the model interval because it is located in the center of our range. Median value is the value that is located in the center of our range. X median. X median is the beginning of the median interval. We can just copy this formula for our convenience. What is S? ME minus 1. This is cumulative frequency of Riemannian interval. Let's find cumulative frequency of it. We can open our previous laboratory work. Some mistakes occurred. Cumulative frequency. This is this value. So let's from very beginning. So let's try again. X and E. Beginning of the median interval 69. Okay. F and E is the frequency of the median interval. Absolute frequency. So we have already calculated the median interval. As we see in this case, these values do not coincide. This is normal. Okay. Then we have to calculate the dispersion value. To calculate the dispersion, we have to know the variation range. So let's begin. Variation range is 21. Okay. Let's calculate the dispersion. We have already copied this table. It will be very helpful